when you're in there sparring, obviously you're wearing bigger gloves, of course, and sometimes you're just working things out and not necessarily going as hard as possible. But how does his punching power compare to, you fought a lot of top level guys? How does Deontay's punching power, which is revered, of course, how does it compare to other guys that you fought?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's difficult to say because, like you said, we have gloves on and bigger gloves and the headgear on. So I don't know. He's very fast, so he's not maybe like really. What would you say? Like some people punch with really hard power and force, but I think he's more of a fast power guy. Explosiveness is his, I think, the most best thing about him.
Okay, great.
All right. Oh, sorry there, Keith. Thank you, Keith. We appreciate that. Our next question is going to come from James Bell with the Boxing Source. James, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
All right. To Robert, what would you say is a key factor here for you in this particular fight? I know that you had your 2 wins over Adam Kalnaki, but could you say that your amount of experience also plays a factor here in your upcoming fight against Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, I would hope so. I have 250 fights amateur, so I have a long experience behind me. But of course, everything that I have ever done in my boxing career has led me here. So I think I just have to show my best self, best boxing in this fight, and it will be mine.
What do you think is your best attribute that you have kind of like learned over the past couple of years or so?
Well, I think I have a really good boxing eye and good reaction time and good counter punching and a little bit of aggressivity as well.
All right. Thanks, Robert. And thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. All right. Our next question is going to come from Adrian Romero with CSI Sports. Adrian, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hi, Robert. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good. So, going into this fight, Deontay Wilder is a big favorite. What do you have to say about that?
I like being the underdog.
Mm-hmm. And why is that?
Well, it kind of wakes me up in a better way. I need to concentrate better, do better for myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then going off of that, going into the ring with Deontay and in New York at the Barclays Center, do you feel any pressure at all?
Well, of course, if I wouldn't feel any pressure, it wouldn't be a really important fight for me, would it?
Right. Thank you, Robert. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Adrian. Our next question is going to come from Jim Conlon with RCB Radio Sport. Jim, please unmute yourself and you can ask your questions.
Hi, Robert. Robert, we all know about Deontay Wilder's punching power, and everyone that he's fought so far has hit the canvas, and the only person that's been able to get up is Tyson Fury. Are you sort of wary about that right hand over the top, and do you feel that you have it in your resistance to mount a comeback if you get knocked down?
Well, my plan is not to get knocked out. What kind of question is that?
No, if you took a punch and if you were knocked down, do you think you have that sort of inner resilience to take a blow from Deontay?
Yeah, it's a hard question to ask or answer. In that, I have no clue.
And Robert, what do you think are your sort of strengths that you can really hurt Deontay in terms of your own sort of weapons?
Well, I don't think I'm without punching power. So for starters, I'm tall. I have a good jab and good combinations as well. So more experience. I think that will be a key factor.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Our next question is going to come from Gail Falkenthal. Gail, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you, Robert, for doing this, despite it not being your favorite thing to do. You know Deontay very well, obviously. You've had a lot of time with him. You think that there is anything you've got, any trick up your sleeve for this fight that will surprise him without revealing what it is? Do you have a surprise?
Well, you know, I think so. So I don't know how to explain it without revealing it. So, you know.
But there is something in your toolkit.
Well, we have been training for this fight for a very long time. So, of course, we have made some tactical changes and some style changes in a long period of time.
We'll look forward to that surprise. Do you see the fight being more likely to go the distance or end before the final bell?
Yeah, I'm not good with predictions, but you know, it will probably. I can't. I have no predictions for that. Sorry.
Well, you always know what the fans like. Final question: is any of that beard going to come off before the 15th?
Yeah, I hope the New York Boxing Association or the commission. They said last time I have to take some off, but you know, we're Vikings. We have beards, so I don't understand the problem.